drive that last bit of time to go pick up this preload here at the next place. We'll get that knocked out, man, and we'll see what else we can get into, because we are still on our 3-week journey. We'll see what's happening tomorrow morning. Good morning. As you guys can see, it is the next day, and we're waiting for our 10-hour refresh to be complete. We've got about 30 more minutes to go before we can get ourselves on the road after our pre-trip. And as I mentioned previously, I have a preload that I'm picking up. It's coming out of Silver Grove, Kentucky, and I've been to that place, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of times, you know, picking up wallboard or delivering paper rolls. So I already know what the deal is once I get down there. I don't know for sure if the trailer is going to be preloaded and ready for me when I get there, or if I'm going to have to get live loaded. I've had mixed results as to which one is faster. Sometimes you get live loaded and you drive right back there, and then sometimes there's a line. But when the trailer is actually ready for you, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. But like I said, mixed results, because I never know for sure what it's going to be until I actually show up and sign in. But this load is actually delivering to Framingham, Massachusetts, and that is actually about 15 hours from where I currently am. So it'll be an hour drive from here to Silver Grove to go pick up the trailer, and then it'll be about 14 hours to go to the delivery location. Now today is Thursday, but it says that this load needs to be delivered before Monday at 1 p.m. So it is definitely my intention to pick that freight up and be able to deliver it tomorrow, which is Friday. My success is going to depend on me being able to get there before 1 p.m. Friday afternoon tomorrow. But as far as time goes, I have plenty of hours, because like I said, it's 15 hours, and I will have a full 11-hour clock today. But it'll actually be 10 hours after I do the hour drive to go pick up the freight. But that's more than enough time to do the vast majority of the driving. So as long as I get on the road and parked tonight, this evening, at an early enough time to allow me to drive the rest of the way to the consignee and arrive there before 1 p.m., I can get that load off the trailer. But we'll do what we can. As I said, it's all depending on how quickly I can get loaded or do this trailer swap and get myself back out on the road. Yeah, well, it's gonna be wallboard, so there's nothing intense to do with that. You know, throw straps, make sure you got your edge protectors in the right place, and make sure that you check underneath the tarp when you're picking up those preloads, and make sure that you put edge protectors underneath the straps that are used for the bellies on those loads. You know, don't just go out there and tighten all your straps down. If you're picking up a preloaded trailer that's already got the straps on it, you will very likely crush that wallboard and have a damage claim on your hands if you're not being thorough checking, making sure. Because not at this place, they do not put edge protectors on the drywall for you. Some places they will do that, but not here. So make sure you're doing all that yourself. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a little something to eat before I get on the road. I'm probably gonna actually do my pre-trip early and make sure that everything is ready. That way I can just go ahead and start my clock and sit here for my 10 minutes and be good to go. But that's usually what I do. I'll just go out there and just do a little preliminary check on everything, do my pre-trip, and make sure that I'm all set before I'm actually ready to step off and leave or start my clock. That way I haven't wasted any time in case I do find something wrong with the truck. I'd rather find an issue with the truck and like call it in and get it addressed before I've started my clock. That way I'm not just wasting time, and I can get it sorted out and hopefully not, you know, mess up my day any further by losing out on time that I could have saved for myself. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that, guys, and then we'll be on the road to Kentucky. We made it to Silver Grove, guys, and I already secured the load. It was a actual preload. It didn't have to do a live load today, and I was fortunate enough to get one that was nicely boxed off. It's a perfect rectangle, as you guys can see. Squared off in the front perfectly, and it only is 2 tiers, so there's no belly straps to worry about on this thing. And just standard tossing the straps over the top of it with my edge protectors and bungeeing it down where it needed to be. So you can never really tell when you go to this place. I mean, as you can see off in the distance, there's some, you know, all kinds of different shapes that you can get this drywall stacked on your trailer. But like I said, it was an easy one for me today, which is exactly what I want. But despite all of that, I might not be able to get this load delivered tomorrow as I wanted, just because of the fact that I have to get it there, or I would have to get it there, you know, before 1 p.m. And with me having to drive for 14 hours to get it delivered, I mean, I'd have to drive all day, you know, into the night, you know. But even with that, I mean, it's 2:30 p.m. right now, so just driving for 10 hours. I'll be driving until midnight. My clock wouldn't refresh until, what, 10:30? That's if I drove the full 10 hours, but can't even do it that way. It would actually be even farther back than that, because I would have to fit a 30-minute break in there to drive for 10 hours. I'd only be able to drive for 8 without stopping. So I don't know, guys. We'll have to play it by ear. I can't really call exactly how it's gonna be. I got a plan for what I want to do, but I won't be able to tell you guys if that's actually gonna work out until I stop tonight and see how much time I got left to drive in the morning, whether or not it's gonna be a possibility to get rid of this freight before Monday. But we'll give it a shot. And in the worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, I'll have a fair bit of extra time tomorrow to go shower or find a good parking spot for the weekend to get parked up, since tomorrow is Friday, and I'll have a surplus of time, I think, whether or not this gets delivered. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on the road, and I might cut this off, guys. Here at iTrucker out, or maybe there will be a part 2 to this. We'll see. But catch you in the next one, guys. What's up, guys? It's Friday morning now. Parked at a Pilot overnight. Got to rest, got to shower, got a pizza to eat, which is great. But we're still 6 hours away, 6.5 hours away from the consignee in Massachusetts. So I already sent a message out to my dispatcher just to check and see if there's any way that I'd be able to deliver today, because I'm gonna definitely get there later than 1 o'clock. I'm actually gonna get there, if I left right now, I'd get there like around 4:45. But it's worth asking just to see if it could work and get this load put on for this week's revenue. If not, you know, we'll have a really good start to Monday coming up. Waiting on a response from that, what my fleet manager hears from the consignee. But I'm gonna get on the road in the meantime, just so that I'm not just wasting time, because I started my clock already and I already did my pre-trip. So let's get out of here. All right, guys, we made it out to Massachusetts. It's actually Sturbridge, Massachusetts, where we are right now. My dispatcher got back to me regarding that delivery, and as I expected, that 1 p.m. was the cutoff, so I wasn't going to make it anywhere near that time. I already knew that ahead of time, but it was worth asking, worth checking. The consignee said 1 p.m. hard cutoff, so we weren't able to do that. But we are actually a little bit more than 40 miles away from their location, so we're in a good spot for Monday. We're actually going to be camping out here until then. We got here around, I think, 5:30 p.m. I had checked Trucker Path before I got here. I had trip planned to either park here or to park at a TA. That's actually, I believe, 16 miles back west, the direction that I came, actually. But I wanted to come to Pilot because this is where TMC trucks fuel, and I can shower here, and it'll be much more comfortable just for the amenities that I have access to without having to pay for any of them to just be here. So I came here first, and I got here early enough that I was able to secure a spot. I checked Trucker Path for that, and it said that there were some spaces available. Now that should have been specified. It's meant like reserved spots, because all the free spots were already filled up, except for just the one that I found. And actually the one that I did find was actually filled, but as I was pulling in, and I'll show you guys down this lane here, I was pulling in from down there, and as I was driving up to check out this these 2 aisles of parking, a driver was pulling out of this spot that I'm in right now. And it is tight here though, it is tight. I had to you know, do my 45 and try to get myself in here, and man, it was tight. But there were a couple of other drivers that got out of the truck and, you know, kind of helped guide me in, you know, just to make it a little bit easier, because as you can see, there's trucks on either side, and not a lot of space to be able to see that blind spot. You know, it helped me out so I didn't have to keep on getting out of the truck, looking at my spots. I mean, I normally do that, you know, to get out and look. You always want to do that, even if you know for sure you're in a spot. You want to just get out and make sure there's not like a, you know, a piece of concrete or a barricade or anything around like the corner of your trailer that you missed. But yeah, they were spotting me on my blind side, helping me get in here, which is always appreciated, you know. But we got in here, and we're set, and this place is beginning actually to turn into a bit of a madhouse. There are drivers flying in here, you know, scrambling, trying to find a place to park at the end of the night. If I had gotten here any later than I did, you know, I would have been out of luck for this particular location. But like I said, that TA that I was planning as my secondary parking location actually had I believe 240 parking spaces according to Trucker Path. So if I hadn't been able to park here, I just would have, you know, backtracked, you know, that 16 miles and just parked there. I would have had no problem, because that was listed on Trucker Path as having, you know, many spots. So, you know, it's listed on there as having many, meaning there's a ton of spaces, some, and then full. And then I believe it also drops down into like paid only. So I would have been all right. But this was my preference, parking here, just for the reasons that I mentioned earlier. But since we couldn't get that load delivered this week or today, you know, it won't be on the revenue for the total to the truck this week. But it'll be a good start to next week's revenue. So we'll deliver this load, and then we'll see what else is waiting for us, because we're still not going home for a couple of weeks. So there's plenty more time to make up for that long delay that we had in New York that stopped us from being able to get this. Well, actually, it didn't really stop this delivery. I didn't have this one yet, but it stopped us from delivering the previous one in time. It kind of made me miss out on a delivery for the week, because I didn't get that load delivered until, you know, the evening, and I wasn't able to get another load picked up to deliver the day after. You know, I pretty much just had to pick this one up, and this one ended up being a 2-day delivery, so I wasn't able to deliver anything else after I delivered that coil. But that's just how it goes sometimes, you know. Just gotta keep going, push through it, and you know, make more money on the next one with what I can control. You know, that delay didn't have anything to do with me, so I was just stuck, which it happens. You know, whether you're at a shipper or a consignee, or if you're getting stuck in traffic, you know, there's some things that, regardless of how well you're doing personally with driving the truck and managing your time, you know, some things can still just hold you up. But I've got a long weekend to hang out here, because I'm not going to leave until Monday morning, since I'm as close as I can possibly, as close as I can possibly be, without actually being in the consignee's lot. So I'm going to enjoy my weekend, hang out, and relax. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hear That Trucker out.